We're technically on day 12 of this project, meaning from the first moment that the demo started and the guys got here. Not talking about all the stuff we did for a year leading up to this, but right now we're at the point where all of the electrical is done, right? Yep. Technically. The plumbing is done, although we still have to move one little thing. And now you are painting the ceiling.
Priming the ceiling.
Priming the ceiling.
But then I've got a lot of touch-ups to do after I prime. So prime the ceiling and then maybe...
touch it up, and then what?
Touch it up, and then tomorrow I'll, like, the drywall.
Actually paint the ceiling?
Yeah, but I'm going to prime the drywall before I paint the ceiling.
Okay, so you're going to prime the ceiling, touch it up, then you're going to prime the walls, and then you're going to paint the ceiling the right color.
Paint the ceiling the right color, and then I'll, it'll need to be repainted, after I've sprayed the cabinets and everything. But that's okay. I'd rather just do a little touch-up paint on the ceiling than have to like paint the whole ceiling in a finished kitchen. Right now I've got an open floor. I can just let that stuff spray. It's going to rain in here.
No, because it can't get on all the. You have to cover all these lights right now. Is that what you're going to do?
Some of them will be okay.
No, I want you to cover each one.
They pop right off.
And everyone thinks we're crazy for choosing Christmas week or like a week before Christmas week to start this.
We didn't choose
but we didn't choose that. So we were just told, we said yes, we wanted to work with the contractor, and then they were going to let us know when they were ready, and they let us know 2 days before they got here.
Yeah, on Friday they called us saying that they can start Monday.
They called us on Friday and said, we're ready to go on Monday, so that's why everything has been rushed. But I'm so thankful that I didn't do a ton of Christmas decorations, and then we just loaded up our Christmas tree and we took it up to my mom's, and we're having Christmas at my mom's house. So, hallelujah. It's a Christmas miracle for real. We're gonna start painting, right?
Wait. Okay.
I'm gonna film you painting.
Okay.
This day 12 started after the workers left, so that's when Grant started painting the ceiling and painting everything he could to get as much done as possible. And then day 13 and 14 are the weekend days where the workers were not coming back. So Grant decided to work. He's been working every single day since this project started. So he's working on things that he needs space for when the workers are gone. So on day 13, he continued on with the painting. And while we don't film every step of that because it's pretty repetitive, he painted all day and then, let it dry and then painted again, painted all different areas. So that is what we focused on for day 13. And then day 14, we were all leaving for the day. So he decided that would be the perfect time to start installing some of the cabinets and getting that all ready because he wouldn't be interrupted with anything. We were also rushing because there was a huge rainstorm coming to California and we didn't want the cupboards outside.
All right, so I'm painting the ceiling. It looks like painting the ceiling and priming the ceiling look very similar on video, so don't watch the difference. So it's Sunday morning. I've got the house to myself today, and I'm ready to start installing the cabinets. As you can see, we've got a blank space. I need to do more touch up on the ceiling and the walls, but I'm going to do that later because there's rain coming in, and I got to get the cabinets from outside to inside. So I think I'm going to start with the refrigerator cabinet. That's the only cabinet that isn't built, but I got the pieces made. I'm going to have to build it in place because of its size. Put that in. I'll probably install it and have it stand there, and then I'll actually install it later on, because then I'll go right to doing the toe kicks along the window side where the sink's going to be. I've got these brackets. They're used for something else, but they can also be used for fridge cabinets. So this is going to keep basically vertical wall attached to the ground. So I'm going to route it into the floor so that the tile underlay can go right up top of the screws and the bracket, and then tile on top of that. And then I can screw from this side, holding it all together. It's going to be nice. Well, that's the two routed out. I've got to say, this dust extractor that I bought, Dust Right by Rockler, I mean, this is the only piece, like not one speck of sawdust. What do you reckon? Should I wear one of my new wood Glueru shirts? Let's go Dodgers! there's one job that would be difficult to do by myself, it would be this. That's why I'm going to do it now. Because I got to build it standing. I can't build it on the ground and stand it up. It just won't fit. As you can see, if I start to tilt this just a little, it'll hit. And I don't have any clamps long enough to clamp it together, so I actually don't know how I'm going to do this. I'll try. My bracket at the back idea didn't work so good because the upper cabinet doesn't go all the way to the back, does it? It just sits at the front. That way there's more room for heat to dissipate for the fridge, you know. What I could do is screw a piece of plywood to this bracket, bring the plywood out longer, and that'll work. So let's do that. See, when you're not very clever, you end up having to do a little more work. See, who needs friends? I'm the refrigerator, and I'm the freezer. I've staggered the screws going up and down, and that way I think it's going to be less likely to split the plywood, maybe. It made sense to me when I thought about it. I've got 1/2-inch panels that are going to go into the upper cabinet because the face frame comes in 1/2-inch. That way it gives the fridge more space to get in, and then hinges will go in and doors will go in between, which means I can put pocket screws for the face frame on this side, and this side's going to be solid panel MDF, and this side is going to be built out shaker to match the detail in this kitchen. But I was going to give it a light scuff sand. When I've done all the MDF, I'm going to actually spray it with de-waxed shellac as a sealer, so the fibers don't raise up when I use a water-based primer. That way I can just clean out my HVLP instead of having to wash ammonia all the way through my whole hose on the sprayer on the Earless. So, and plus the HVLP you can put on a really nice fine coat, and I'll sand it and I'm ready for paint, and it'll look good. Face the camera, my wife says, face the camera. I got it square on the other side. That wall's got a huge, where the pocket door was, that wall's just got a huge step in it. So the cabinet on this side's close to the wall, pretty much touching. On this side, it's like off by about 3/4 of an inch. But it won't be seen because inside it's a fridge, and on the outside it's got the shaker panel that'll scrub the wall, which is only going to be seen above the door casing. So I use this, to get it square, I use a straight edge on the other side of the fridge, and that's where my cabinet's going to be. The wall's not that straight, but I use the level, and that'll be the straight line basically that my cabinets will go to. Square that up, and I've got these spaces on the bottom on both sides, so it keeps the cabinet parallel, because obviously the bottom's open. So I've got it plumb now with the shims underneath. It's tight to the casing on the bottom, so I can now put the next bracket in, and then I can push it plumb. So the laser's right on top of the shelf here, and over here it's up about 3/16 higher. So I just gotta get some shims up and fill this shelf the same height as the laser, and I'm level. So there's always something new. Never ran into this before. Anyway, I'm just about to screw the cabinet in. Well, listen, when I stand on the floor. That would get old pretty quick, wouldn't it? Now the tile underlay might help with that, because this cabinet's basically sitting with its weight on the ground, and this floor it's a wooden subfloor, and it's got movement. And when it moves, it rubs on the wall. So I'm going to cut the top of this cabinet where it's hitting the wall, because it's still squeaking a little. So I'm just going to cut it off the wall. It will be an upper cabinet and a lower cabinet that the fridge panel's going to attach to, so it doesn't need to really touch the wall. So this is the line where I want it to finish. Scribe it with my scribe block down. So I'm going to put a brad hole on it, and it is what it is. You can't really see my hand because I'm blocking it, but I'm pushing my pencil up, and I'm just using 2 fingers to just drive along like it's a train. There's an angle change right there. There's a huge belly, if you can see the line. So I can probably cut it with the table saw to here and then flip it over and cut it the other way. And then finish the rest off with a belt sander or grinder.
I'm excited. It's weird though, because after seeing this room so big with nothing.
Heights for the cabinets on the refrigerator side, so that'll be the oven will be here, range above me, the cabinet, lower cabinet, upper cabinet. So I'm going to put the nailers, the plates, on the lowers. They're going to be wall hung cabinets. This is how I usually used to do it. Find it quicker, it's a little easier, but I did a toe kick on the other side. This is going to be wall hung. And I'm not going to level this side with the other side because there's no need. There's an opening either side, so the counters will never meet. So I don't have to worry about, normally you always do level, but because the floor's off a little, I'm going to make it so it's more like the same height.
The fridge coffin is done. Is that what the official name is?
No, I just made it up.
Oh, fridge coffin. Fridge coffin is something I guess Grant just made up right now. So it's all done, as you can see, ready for paint.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about what is next.
Not done as a
No, I know, it's a joke.
Okay, I think I explained, where am I? Here I am. So yeah, I'm gonna put the wall plates to hang the cabinets on
You're
it.
hanging them now. But I'm excited because I get to make dinner now in the non-kitchen, non-existing kitchen.
The stud placement for these 2 cabinets is pretty unfortunate.
This concludes day 14. In the next video, we will be bringing in all of the cabinets. Of course, Grant's doing all this work, and we will pretty much have a skeleton of a kitchen at that point. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to follow us on this kitchen renovation journey, and I will leave some videos here on the screen for you to continue watching.